clash in the early season as both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. Welcome to College Station, Texas. Kyle Field, home of the 12th man and the Texas A&M Aggies. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the Arizona State Sun Devils. Texas A&M set to kick off to christen this game. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Arizona State Sun Devils offense will be first on the attack. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads, showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming in this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
That's caught. It's Flores. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You can tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Let's see exactly where they mark this, but it looks as if they're going to be a few inches short of the first down. They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you square your prominent jawline and go. Ahead to get it. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Grabbed over the middle. It's Napier. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. It's Brown. Nice move to keep running. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down. And the Sun Devils are on the move. To the air on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
Wants to go up top. Got the quick pass.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all offseason long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
The 12th man, one and standing at the ready. They are bringing the heat on third down. Looking to throw for it. Trying to escape and get it himself. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
And that's the problem, man. You want to heat this guy up. You want to bring some pressure, but you see the other side of that coin. You bring pressure, he sees it, he can run, get the first down. This defense, it's kind of a pick your poison. Too soft, too laid back, he runs and takes off. Too much pressure, he can run it and run away from guys and take off. So, nice third down conversion by the quarterback.
Powers through the defender. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. This offense trying to quieten the crowd on 1st and goal, and they are not cooperating. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Sun Devils!
I don't know how many people expected this to happen, playing on the road in this environment against a better opponent, but they showed tremendous poise. In the opening drive, nice execution. They scored a touchdown. That was big time.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Texas A&M's offense will go to work for the first time today. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this quarterback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse. It's going to be between those two.
You know so...
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Not the biggest return, but he sets him up inside the red zone at the 19.
You know, after watching that interception, I just wonder if this kid's too amped up tonight. He was so excited to take the field. He thought this was going to be a game that he could stat it up, but he's going to have to do a better job tonight with his decision-making. That is not how you want to start a game.
They'll go to the ground. And into the end zone. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you can get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Knocked down behind the line. Boy, he powered through one tackler, but there were more there to greet him. Trying to pound it in. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you're looking for from the defense. You're expecting runs, 2nd and goal. You got to find a way. You can't give an inch. This part of the field, this yard marker right here, you got to be physical. Nice job by the defense winning that 2nd down.
Powers forward. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
There is a sense of urgency happening right now on defense. Backed up close to their end zone on that 3rd down. They stop the run. They stuff it. Now setting up 4.
Tries to surge ahead on the sneak. Sneaks it in.
Man, this offense has started the season off so good. 1-0 a week ago, right? Now building on it again. Great job putting points on the board. It's still the first half, but this unit looks dialed in.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's coming out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Duncan. He's going up top. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. That can be a momentum changer after the interception. Runs it back to the 37.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense puts you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. The 12th man putting a stamp on this game right now and bringing it on 3rd down. Here's the pressure. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
You think these guys are getting in trouble getting to 4th down, but they're already 2 for 2 in the first quarter. Here comes the 3rd try. Got a man. It's Napier. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. The Sun Devils come to the line with a new set of downs. Just keeps slinging it. He's got the tight end. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. What a first quarter for this offense. A chance to score again on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona State!
Dan, this offense, man, they look good. They looked great last week, obviously putting up huge numbers. Again this week, coming out the gates in the first quarter with the scoring drive. This offense is putting the college football world on notice.
And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Fires to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now 2nd down. They'll run play action. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
And the defense catches a break on that one. And this guy's not a superstar, but he's pretty dang reliable. And we talked to them about this guy. Like, he's kind of the security blanket for the quarterback. And him to drop that football doesn't happen often. You take those lucky things when you can get it.
They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Offense will try to strike on 1st and 10. Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. Rushes on him. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
And the offense goes 5 wides and spreads the field. The problem is that spreads you thin. And you only got 5 guys in protection, and they don't do a good enough job up front. The defense gets home, forces the fumble. Big play for this defense.
Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
That's the end of the quarter, and Arizona State has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24. 1st down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
1st down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
From the gun, the running back has it. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll run it from the gun. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Snags it over the middle. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
I think there were a lot of doubters that wondered how this team was going to be able to handle this environment and whether or not they could find success early in this game. They have proved all of those doubters wrong. They have been dominant in every phase, on offense, on defense, and on special teams, and they are piling it on here early in this game on the road.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Dropping back, it's Duncan. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Turning it on! It's a fumble! And this fumble will squirt out of bounds.
You know, fumbles really just comes down to luck. Oblong-shaped ball just can bounce any which way whatsoever. And offense right there, very lucky that one went out of bounds. And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successful.
Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain.
You want to make play call.
Easy for an offensive coordinator.
Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Shotgun snap on 3rd down. That's caught. It's Bussey. He gets it oh so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Let's see what he can do with it. He's got great speed. Touchdown, Sun Devils! Special teams coming through, the 3rd aspect of the game, delivering big time.
And every year there's exciting new freshmen to look at and talk about and pump up. And this guy got a lot of that pump, and you see why. The dynamic play on special teams. You can see the speed. You can see the wheels. And you know the reason the fans were jacked up when they signed this guy this year.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And it's amazing that they're only trailing by a couple of points in this game because they've turned it over a couple times and they've been sacked a couple times right now. They have no rhythm on offense right now. You have got to give the defense tons of credit. They are dominating in the trenches. That's the big story so far.
You know, we joke that the tight end's always open, David, but play action almost makes it impossible to keep them covered.
And yeah, because those guys, they're such good blockers most of the time. They're big and physical, and they sell block for a second.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. The last time they punted it went back for 6. He'll take it on the return. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 38-yard line. Here he goes breaking the pocket. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him, getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple of games.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41. And the Sun Devils have it with a 1st and 10. They go to the ground. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Shoots it to the left. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback.
Well, on that last play, you'd like to see the quarterback be a little bit more accurate and give his guy a chance to make the play. That ball wasn't even close to his intended target's body.
They couldn't connect on 2nd down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got him. They are on the move as they pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 28.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something.
Breaks into the open. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the 1st half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting 1st downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Arizona State!
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. LSU had a dominant win, the kind the folks in Baton Rouge were used to in 2019 when Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and Justin Jefferson led the Tigers to a national title. Talk about a special team. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. The Aggies can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Dropping back, it's Duncan. It's complete. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Texas A&M going up tempo. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And here comes the punt team. Now on the return. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. The lead. Now Palmer's at the different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. Looking to fire. Grabbed in the middle. It's Napier. Got room at the 35. He's down at the 27. They can't stop the clock, and this is a first down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Arizona State.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a third and long. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. This is not a straight-on kick, a 42-yarder from the right hash. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. And he's coming out of the end zone. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Texas A&M offense goes back to work. Now, they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with a young fella on the sideline. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They're working that left side. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Back to pass, it's Duncan. Quickly complete. Just like that, a hat trick of completions, and they're on the doorstep.
3 plays, 3 beautifully executed plays. This offense is in a really good rhythm. This defense better change something quickly, because this has been way too easy.
It's good, and that was dead solid, perfect. Let's not say they cut into the left side of that field goal. Maybe just, I don't know, tweaked a little bit of it away with their fingernail. He'll start the return inside his 5. They make the stop on the return, and that is priority 1. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Men, if nothing else, a notable first half so far in College Station. And it's been a dynamite first. Leading to a one-sided score right now. It's not over, but I think both sides know this is on the verge of a blowout. That opposing defense is inside its locker room right now wondering two things. What just happened, and what do we do now to try to make this respectable?
So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Nothing went right in that first half, and the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan?
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And it's such an advantage for this defense to have an outside linebacker like that can rush the passer because they can set the edge. They can get off the ball, and they're just way too fast for tight ends or for offensive.
There he goes! That defense got gassed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. You look to be backed up, and then suddenly you're not. Big play has them across the 50, and they'll have it 1st and 10. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Release to the back. Got his man on the right. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Mack. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Under fire. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And, man, this defense added again. They've done this so much today. Affected the quarterback, gotten sacks, forced 3rd and long situations. It doesn't matter about the yards on the drive. Now you put them in a very predictable passing situation.
Lets it fly. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. And even after that last score, still working with a great big cushion. Single back formation, and they give it to him. Got enough for the first. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. The #1 job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap and try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're scaring at 3rd.
Well, the offense is trying to go downfield and be aggressive. I think that receiver has got to do a better job fighting for the football. He just didn't really put in a great effort, and that's what helped the defender swat it away.
Unloads to the wideout. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game. The Sun Devils send out the punt unit. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. He'll pull it on the read. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Aggies have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Here's the handoff. Running to Green. Oh, he's got some space. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on 1st down. They're going to ride this running back. Plows ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
At the 20, he's got space. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Aggie.
And the offense punches it in again, and we call his name again. That's 2 touchdowns now in 2 games with still more to be played. I tell you what, I think this guy's name will be called a lot more throughout the season. He's that kind of good.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Nebraska rolled to a victory, and after putting up this kind of win, there has to be some Heisman buzz around a program that's produced winners of the award from Johnny Rodgers to Mike Rozier to Eric Crouch. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And I think that time he was trusting his pocket awareness and his arm a little bit too much. You've got to remember, you're one of the best athletes in the country playing the position. If you see a crease, you just got to take off and get it.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. And the Sun Devils will line up to punt it away. Remember, they took the last punt back for a touchdown. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back right now on this drive. Going right to work up top. Pulls it in. It's Williams. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the 1st down. They'll snap it from the 34 on 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
It'll be interesting to watch this offense really down the stretch because they can't really have that balance, especially when they're going backwards. Like, they're down, they've got to put up some points, got to get some stops. I think this offense has to be aggressive, and I think it's going to have to be through the air.
Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down. The Aggies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Pulls and fires complete to the right. Wrestled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the 2nd half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. And the Aggies trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Running to the left. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good gain, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
Grab behind the line. It's Green. And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker.
Coming up, fourth down.
And this one is perfect.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Number 37. Take it off.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. They'll try the run. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Second down, they'll go to the air. Finds his tight end. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. That's the end of the quarter, and Arizona State has the lead. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. After swapping into the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Gets it out fast. There he goes. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground with the single back.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
The Sun Devils come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line.
And this offense does it again on third down. They have been so elite on third down all game long. That's the money down. All the coaches talk about it every single time we meet with them. They've been brilliant at it. They've built the lead, and they've got a good chance to finish this one out if they keep that up.
He works his way down to the 30-yard line before he stopped a gain of 3.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
He'll get down to the 22 before going out of bounds. From the 22 on 1st and 10. The give to the back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Pocket breaking down. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
It just feels too little too late for this defense. Where was those plays earlier in the game, right? I mean, they're trailing by a ton of points now, in large part because they have not been able to get pressure on the quarterback. And finally, here late, they come up with a sack.
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Texas A&M has it back on the offense, ready to go to work. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. And good coverage by the defense, just a short game.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're gonna...
Turning it on! They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front, paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the second level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
Wants to throw on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Green. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. The Aggies in a good spot here with second and short. He'll keep it himself. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
And that's a nice job by this QB. Great job. You show patience, right? Like, if they don't come take me, I'm going to keep running. That's how I go pick up another first down, move the sticks, and this offense can keep churning.
Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. They'll try to dial up a better one this time on second and goal from the 5. Looking to fire. Trying to barrel in. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. Finding it tough to make positive yardage now. Third and goal from the 2. He'll take it himself. He cannot get it in. A mere inches away from pay dirt. This defense with its back to the wall has been a wall. Now, 4th and goal. What do you think?
Well, if I'm the defense, shoot, I've stuffed you a couple times in a row. I've put that doubt in your head, so I want you to go for it. I'm going to get another stop.
They'll run it. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
Nice job by the defense on 4th down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that 4th down play. Really good job by this defense.
They are stuck deep in their own territory and trying to get out, opening the drive from their own 3. Tough run across the 5. He'll get it all the way out to the 8-yard line. Here comes the offense on second down. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Out of bounds, stopped just short of the 20 at the 19, and now they feel like they have room to operate. They're backed up just a little. 1st and 10 from their own 19. The give to the lone running back. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. And the Sun Devils can really attack on this 2nd and short. They've been running it, but now the pass. The short hands, it's Flores. Works his way out to the 36-yard line before being pushed out of bounds. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Sun Devils will have it 1st and 10. Running back searching for a hole. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
This is an area of the game on offense you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting first down, so you have to be able to run it.
They'll wrestle it down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. And the Sun Devils come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd short. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
And I think as a running back, if you're this guy, you're licking your chops right now. This is what you want, right? You've got a big lead in the fourth quarter, and you're smiling because you know you are going to get the rock. They're going to force feed you the football to try and ice this game, and he's paying him off right now. That's a really nice run.
Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down. Tune in to the Ocho, 8th play of the drive coming up. Back to pass on second down. Throws to the wideout. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, he has to throw for it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Both of these teams are high-caliber squads, but it sort of felt as if these guys had something to prove today, and man, did they go out and